I've been looking my lathe over, deciding what needs to be worked on and fixed. I don't think that the cross slide has been used on this lathe before. I'll go over the stuff that I've found so far that needs to be addressed before I can use it. I've got the spiral apparatus installed onto the lathe. The banjo, this piece here, when you tighten it up, a little gap forms right here. It's been fixed in the past, and I don't think it was fixed quite right. I'll have to take it apart and see what's going on here, but this gap is bad. It should be up flush against the headstock. The gears for the spiral apparatus have two different size holes. These are about 1 300,000ths, and these are a 1/2 inch. And the intermediate shaft, this shaft here is 1/2 inch. So there needs to be an adapter to go from this size hole to 1/2 inch, this size hole. Let me rephrase that. It has an adapter. It needs 2 adapters in case I want to put 2 of the big gears on the intermediate shaft. This is where the compound has to sit so that the bottom gear will line up with the gear train. The problem with that is by the time you have the gear holder and a chuck and your cutting frame in here, it eats up about 2 inches of my travel, so that only leaves like 1.5 inches or so of travel. I got 2 inches of travel here, so it cuts my travel in half. So I'm thinking about coming up with an adapter that goes on here that extends the gear out about 2 inches. That should set everything up so that I can use the maximum travel right here. Another problem is see the cutting height of the cutting frame. It's about 1/4 inch above the center height of the lathe, and there's no way really to drop this down. Somebody has made this, and it's really thin, and this is all solid down here, so I don't know what can be done to the compound, or the compound slide, to make it any lower. So my plan is to add some spacers that will go underneath the headstock and tailstock and raise them up so that the cutting height is on center. That's my plan anyway. Another problem with the compound is this is back about all the way. I've got the toolbox. It's not back all the way, but I want a little bit of adjustment. But as you can see, the cutting frame is way past center, so the whole compound itself needs to move back about 4 inches, I think, maybe 5, to get the usable space, or usable cutting area out of the cutting frame. And I'm going to be getting a drilling frame here pretty soon that fits on here. That'll also move this gear back, and I think the gears will line up and maybe work a little bit better. I don't know. We'll have to see how that looks. Maybe I'll make it adjustable a little bit, between 4 and 5 inches. I don't know. It's something I need to look and see what can be done. I'm gonna pull the compound off and look underneath and see if there's a way to do that. I might address the compound before I do the headstock. That way, if I need to go up a little bit more, if I need to build an adapter underneath or something, I can raise it up an inch or something instead of just a quarter inch. It came with 2 of these handles. This one here is just completely trashed. It looks like it's been worked over before, and I don't know, it's like built backwards. It doesn't fit on here at all. And there's another one. It's in a little bit better shape, but it needs some work. It goes on all right. I kind of like this one better. I might leave it alone. The handle doesn't turn. I need to pull it apart and see what's going on there. And it needs a wrench for these things. I've seen some at Plumier that they used a square drive like this. So I'm going to use this and turn a wooden handle here that's kind of a flat-sided ball handle thing. That'll be hopefully that'll get done this week also. But anyway, that's the problems. I'm gonna video going through as I fix everything and try to document all the repairs that I've done to make this work. If anybody has any suggestions, I'm an open book, more or less.